Hi, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to make one of my household's most favorite meals, Schnitzel. Now I've been making Schnitzel for years, but on a recent trip to Europe I had a lot of Schnitzel and it was better than mine, so I had to up my Schnitzel game. So I'm here to share that with you. So all we need for Schnitzel is, you can use veal, which is the typical Wiener Schnitzel. But I usually use a chicken or pork. You just need some flour, breadcrumbs, the fine ones, not the panko. If you have panko, that's okay, but the fine ones I think are better for this. Some salt and pepper, some eggs, and a lemon. Okay, so first thing we need to do is get like a bowl, a big low bowl, or a pie plate, or something like that that you can put your stuff in to dip your meat into. So first one, I'm just going to use flour. Second one is going to be for my eggs. And the third one for our breadcrumbs. Where'd my fork go? Here we are. And just whisk these up. And I would add a little bit of salt to those eggs. Got this cleaned up. We'll set this aside for serving. And now we want to cut these in half. We want to make them thinner. Now your pork, you can buy like a big pork loin and cut your pork slices as thick as you want. Or you can buy them like this, or you can actually buy them butterflied, which is what we're going to do next here. And I like to trim off all that fat. And then we'll just butterfly. We're going to do the same with our chicken. We're going to cut that straight through. Not going to butterfly that. That would be a huge schnitzel. All right. So now that we're all cut, what I want to do is take my mallet, my little tenderizer, and I want to beat this thinner, much thinner. Gosh, maybe a quarter of an inch or thinner. So the best way to do that, for less mess, is just to put some plastic wrap on top of that. And this is where you get all your anger out of the day. So your shape doesn't have to be perfect, just that all your It's, you know, pound it down to the same thickness, so it's going to cook evenly. Okay, so we've tenderized all our meat. Now we just want to season it a little with some salt and pepper before we start. Now we're going to dip in the flour. Get that all covered. And then our egg. Over to our breadcrumbs. Now, one thing I do is I will put this in the fridge for like at least an hour or so, and I'll separate them with like some wax paper or some parchment plate paper, because I find that they fry better, the filling stays on if they can be refrigerated. But if you don't have that time, that's fine, you can just go ahead and fry them right after this. But if you give yourself some time, it's one of those great meals that you can make ahead of time and then just cook up for dinner. All right, now I'm just going to put those in the fridge and then we'll fry them up in a couple hours. All right, so I've preheated my oil. It's getting very hot now. I'm using vegetable oil. You don't want to use olive oil. You want to use whatever your favorite oil for frying is. And it's just going to need like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes per side, depending on how thick you fried or pounded your meat. But if you have a instant read thermometer, that's the best way to measure. All right, so it's been about 1.5 minutes. We're starting to see some toasting around the edges, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. So this is my pork, so it is done. Now I'm going to do the same for our chicken, and they have to be cooked a little bit more to about 165. A hard time smushing that in the pan. So here's our finished schnitzel. It looks and smells so good. So I've always tried to put seasoning in with my breadcrumbs and stuff like that, but again, I've learned simpler is better with the schnitzel. because this is how they've done it over in Europe. And sometimes I've done sauces, which they do have over there as well. But traditionally, it's just served with a side of lemon, like this. And I was skeptical at first, but this is how I'm eating it now. That one is just so tender. That is so good, so tender. That little hint of acidity from the lemon just sends it to another level completely. It's almost like I'm back in Europe eating schnitzel. I really hope that you guys do try this easy schnitzel recipe. Remember, simple is better, and just serve it with a little bit of lemon. I hope you guys try it and let me know if you've made it and what you think. And we'll see you guys next time.